Well, first of all, I'm enjoying a lot. We had a great day. We met with the mayor, we met with the Minister of Sports, meeting the Billet family shortly, which I think the team is honoring tonight also, so it's great. No, it's just been a superb day. Obviously, I had meetings with the staff and the owners and the hockey operations people. So, and the reason is very simple. It's at least once a year. I want to tour and visit every team to get the story behind the stories. The initial reaction was very, I'm going to say great for us. 35 players came back to our league, who went to the BCHL or either went to the States. It's a mix of those that came back to our league. So 35 is close to 2 teams. So you have to assume that with the quality of the GMs that we have, that these players, fortunately for others, unfortunately for the others, of course, but the quality grew. They all stick with their team, I believe, the 35. Like they, not only were they, but they all say it's quicker, it's faster. They needed to adapt, but certainly it's a higher caliber. So for their own personal development, it's great. So that's like the immediate impact was that one. So I'd say a lot of people sometimes would like to say that people would go around the queue for different reasons. You now know that it's not true. The only reason was to go to school in the NCAA, in Division I. So now that they can, they all come back. So that was great news. Let me start with the easy one. In Quebec, they will go there because Quebec teams against Maritimes, it's 1 game a year at each place. So when you go to Newfoundland, you always play 2 games, always. So basically, there's it's going to be, the Quebec teams will go there once every 2 years. Because since you play 2 games, then Newfoundland, if say it's Drummondville, they will not go in Drummondville that year. Then the year after, they go in Drummondville, and Drummondville doesn't go into Newfoundland. And the year you don't go to Newfoundland, then you go in Cape Breton. And the year you go in Newfoundland, you don't go in Cape Breton. So that's the way it's going to work. For the Maritimes team, it's going to be 2 travels a year, and then obviously play 2 games. So the same 4 games you would have played against Batters, you now would play with Newfoundland. This can be tweaked here and there, but that's basically how it's going to work. I will not name names, but people working around the NHL at all levels in a recent meeting we had totally recognized that the CHL is the place to develop the best players. Now, this to say, I don't necessarily take, like I'm going to say something very funny from a competitive point of view, but I'm not necessarily in competition with anyone. I just want to raise, first of all, and I'll be that's very important because in our league there's 400 players, or 450 with some in and outs. Probably 70 will make their living, a good part of their living in hockey, and 380 will do something else. And so as commissioner, my first preoccupation is really and truly, and people are at liberty to believe it or not, I don't really care because I know, it's really to make the best people, the best experience. And I do believe in this saying that we say, hopefully the best citizens, because what they learn, and you know this because you work with them, you see them every day. Like players maybe don't like it when we say it like that, but they come in as young men, boys, some will say teenagers, and they leave as men. And you know their schedule, the discipline that they learn, the adversity that they learn to deal with. They learn how to win. They learn how to lose. They learn how to relate to their co-worker. Right now it's a teammate, but one day it's going to be a co-worker. They learn to respect the game plan of the authority, whether it's a coach or your VP sales somewhere. There's a game plan that encompasses what everybody does. You're part of that team. They learn all that at an accelerated pace. They learn to develop skills, huge discipline with the gym. You cannot play in this league if you're not fit. You know that. You need to be serious. They need to eat well, and eat is something they do very much and very well. They adapt to a billet family, so adapting to different environments. French, English, that's what our league is all about. Schooling system. So to me that's much more important in a way than to have higher caliber than, say, another league. When you have both, it's just great.